Just a week ago, I reviewed DeepSeek v2.5 and I will drop the YouTube link in the video description. What we did in that video is actually testing DeepSeek v2.5 on 12 benchmark questions. But now there is a new LLM series in the market, which is OpenAI's O1 series. Now they claim that these series are on a completely different track from the previous models and they're going to take a lot more time in reasoning and thinking before responding. And as you can see here is that O1 Preview has strong reasoning capabilities and broad world of knowledge, as well as the O1 Mini is going to be faster and 80% cheaper and competitive with O1 Preview at coding tasks. But if you scroll down on their website, you can see that it can even solve complex logical puzzles. And trust me, that is not all. If you scroll a bit down, you can even do amazing coding using the O1 models. And they claim that it is best at science, coding, and math. And if I recall correctly, the DeepSeek's v2.5 also claims that it specializes in math, code, and reasoning. And it is on the top of the benchmark right now. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to go on and test O1 with the same questions that I tested DeepSeek v2.5 with and check whether the OpenAI's O1 can beat DeepSeek v2.5. So without further chatter, let's dive right into the video and start testing this out. Hi and welcome back to Skill Curve. This is your host Shamriz and we're finally getting to the testing part. And without wasting time, I'm going to go and copy the first question, which is going to be a word problem. So I'm just going to go and copy that. And back here at my ChatGPT, I'm just going to go and paste that and check out the results. And as you can see, it's going to analyze it completely and you can check the thought process here, how it's going to analyze the clues, and then there is the explanation. And the answer that it comes up with is that therefore the man is his son. So the answer is son. If we go back to the spreadsheet, we can see that the answer is right. It should be the man's son. So I'm going to mark it as a pass. Next question is a mathematical question of series. And I'm just going to go and copy this. Back here at ChatGPT, I'm just going to go and paste that. And there you go. You get the complete explanation. But the best part that I love about this is that the thought process, how it's going to go and actually reason about the question, checking the differences, mapping quadratic relationships, and setting up equations. So here is the output. And after a long and thorough explanation, the output is 42, which is correct, as you can see here. So I'm just going to go and mark that as a pass as well. And let's go and copy the next question, which is again going to be a mathematical word problem. So let's paste that here and hit enter. And as you can notice, it takes a lot of time while thinking and reasoning as compared to the other models. And there you go, you get the explanation. And the explanation is really thorough with O1 Preview. And the answer is 2, which is, I think, correct. And yes, it is correct. It's going to need 2 weighings to divide the ball into 3 groups. So yes, it's a pass again. I'm just loving it, how it's actually passing everything. If I remember correctly, the DeepSeek v2.5 failed here somewhere. So let's actually compare DeepSeek v2.5 and the test results of O1 later on in this video. For now, let's move to the next question. I'm just going to go and paste that here. And there you go. It actually took 22 seconds to produce this result, which means it's quite thorough. And as you can see, the explanation just goes on and on. And at the end, you get the result that the 2 trains are going to meet at 9:42, which is approximately 9:43. And back here on our spreadsheet, we can see that we're going to need approximately 1 hour and 43 minutes after 8 a.m., which is exactly 9:43 a.m. So I'm going to mark this as a pass as well. Let's go to the next question. And I'm amazed every time I read out the explanation. It is so thorough. So the answer is it's going to take 3 hours, which is actually correct. It's a pass again. So I'm just going to go and copy everything and I'm going to paste that right here. Let's go. So there you go. This is the answer. The first contributor is going to pay $10, then $20, $30, $40, and the very last contributor is going to pay $50. So let's go back to our spreadsheet and you can see that it is actually correct. So let's give it a pass as well. I'm just loving this. Let's copy the next question. I'm going to paste that right here. This time the answer is John is 30 years old, which is actually correct. Again, a pass. Let's go and copy this. This is going to be your last mathematical word problem. So I'm just going to go and paste that right here. And after taking 11 seconds of thought, it gave us this thorough explanation and this answer of 160 meters in 8 seconds. So which is actually correct. It is 160 meters. So I'm going to go and pass that. So in the field of math and reasoning, it actually did 100% output, which is really mind-blowing because if I remember correctly, the DeepSeek v2.5 failed at one of these questions. So now the next portion is all about coding. So I'm going to go and start with a really basic coding question, which is to write a Python function to calculate the factorial of number all the way to building a web-based calculator using HTML. So I'm just going to go and copy this. I'm going to paste that right here. Now it gave me two different responses, but I'm going to use this 7 seconds response because it took more time. So it's going to be more valuable. So I'm going to go and copy this code here. And after that, what I need to do is actually go to my VS Code right here. And here I'm going to paste that. Let's save it. And it also gave us an example usage. So I'm going to go and copy that. And I'm going to place that right here, right below the function. Let's go and save that. And I'm going to go and run this. And the expected output should be 120. So let's go and check out the results. And yep, it is 120, which means the code is actually working. So the basic test for coding is actually a pass. I'm going to mark this as a pass here. The next question is going to be creating a Python program to check if a string is a palindrome or not. So I'm just going to go and copy that. And back here at our ChatGPT, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that and wait for the output. And the output is here. I'm going to go and copy the code. Back here at our VS Code, I'm going to replace this code, save this, and let's go and run this. So I need to enter a string here. I'm just going to go and enter a non-palindrome number here first. So I'm just going to go and say skill curve, and it's going to go and say that this is not a palindrome. And yes, this string is not a palindrome. But if I run this again and I go with something more like madam here, so it's going to say that it is a palindrome because a palindrome is something that you can read forward and backward and it's going to sound the same and spell the same. So yes, this is a palindrome, as you can see. So the code is actually working. I'm going to go and give it a pass as well. The next question is going to be a simple to-do list web page. So I'm just going to go and create that. Let's go and hit enter. And after a whole 16 seconds of thought process, it gave us this code. Now what I need to do is I just need to copy this code and just place that inside my HTML file, and it will do magic for me. Back here in my VS Code, I'm just going to go and place that here, save this, and let's actually open this up inside my browser. And there you go. It would look something like this, a to-do list app. And here I'm just going to go and add AI news that I need to cover. Let's go. Then I need to add an OpenAI review here. So let's go and do that. And once you keep adding stuff here, you can actually click on it and it will mark that as done, as you can see, and you can actually delete them as well. And what I wanted to see is whether this is responsive or not. And as you can see, yes, it is responsive. It is working completely fine as a responsive product. So yeah, this is out of the box and really amazing. So I'm going to go and give it a big pass here. And as you can see, O1 is a monster, how it's passing all the benchmarks in which v2.5 actually failed. This is the last one, and if it passes this one too, I think I need to come up with more complex scenarios. But for this video, we wanted to compare this with v2.5. That's why I kept the benchmarks the same. But in the next video, if you want me to test it again with more complex scenarios, let me know in the comments below, and I will love to do that. But for now, let's go with the last question, which is going to be creating a HTML, CSS, and JavaScript calculator. And after taking a whole 22 seconds, there is the code, the HTML code, the CSS styling, as well as the JavaScript functionality. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the file structure as named here. And then I'm going to put all the code inside. I actually went on and created the folder and the files, the calculator.html, the styles.css, and the script.js. Now let's actually go and check out the results. And here is the end product. Although the end product is way better than DeepSeek v2.5's result, but it is still lacking. I don't see why these two boxes are blank, but everything else is quite good. The transitions are quite smooth and it is actually working. So let's check this out. And yes, it is working. We can delete stuff and we can clear. Yep. So everything is working, but I'm still not going to give this a pass because as you can see, the box is out of place here as well as these two boxes. So for me, who's looking for perfection, this is not something that I can give a pass. So I'm just going to go and give this a fail. Although the results are better than v2.5, but they're not up to the mark. And I'm going to mark this as a fail, which makes this approximately 90, which makes the end result of total 11 passes and 1 fail, which is better than DeepSeek v2.5, in which it failed at 2 of the 12 benchmark questions. So yes, OpenAI's O1 series actually beat the DeepSeek v2.5's capabilities as they claim here. And with that said, that wraps up our video for today. If you found this video insightful, hit the like button. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Ring that notification bell to never miss out on our daily updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video. Till then, stay curious and keep exploring.